Yo, what's going on, everybody? You are watching the Jets Report by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and coming up on today's show, we got some big time injury news around Jermaine Johnson, as it's looking like he will be back in the fold for this Jets defense for this Week 6 matchup versus the Denver Broncos. And speaking of that matchup, we're going to be diving into a preview on the second half of today's show as the Jets travel across the pond to take on Denver in London. Now, we will be live for this game early Sunday morning, the 9:30 kickoff. So we'll be live here at about 8:30 on the channel. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We're also closing in here on 10,000 subs. We just need about 150 more of you guys to go down there, hit that subscribe button. It's a free, easy way to help us out here. We post videos around your New York Jets every single day. And plus, if you want to make me look good for my bosses, us hitting 10K off today's show will definitely do that. So hit that subscribe button today and also tune in for our watch party this weekend. All right, so shout out to Connor Hughes for tweeting this out, saying sources, Jermaine Johnson is expected to return this Sunday against the Denver Broncos in London. Then he added the note would be a big boost for the Jets defense. And 100% it would be, because this Jets defense has been the worst in the National Football League so far this season. And Jermaine Johnson would definitely make a major impact, because I think the Jets' formula defensively is obviously you got to stop the run, which the Jets have not been able to do whatsoever this season. But you get these teams in the third and longs, then you have your two true pass rushers, Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson, pinning their ears back and getting home to the quarterback. Now, I will say for Jermaine and Will McDonald, both of them need to be better at setting the edge and just playing in those run fit situations. But if they can improve and the Jets can somehow, be better than the 27th best rush defense in the NFL, like this defense, even though they have been terrible, getting a guy like Jermaine Johnson back, hopefully get Quincy Williams back in a couple of weeks, like we should see some improvement from this unit at least over the next couple of months or so. And I will say from Jermaine Johnson's perspective only, not just the Jets defense, not the Jets team, but from him and his NFL career, this is a massive rest of the season for Jermaine. He's looking to get paid this offseason. He's had a lengthy injury history. Now, when he has been out there, I think he's popped enough where the Jets would have some intrigue in bringing him back and giving him that extension. But if he gets hurt again, or if he just doesn't play up to his standard and our expectations for him, it could get a little dicey. So for him personally, this is a massive stretch of gains, which I do think for Jets fans, that's good. Because players in a contract year, it just adds that little extra juice to the game. So he'll be getting after it. So it's great to have JJ back in the lineup. So shout out to Jermaine for working his way back from that injury. But some injury news on the Broncos side of things. Their offensive guard, Ben Powers, is on short-term IR, which is big. Ben Powers, one of the better offensive guards in the league. Broncos have a fantastic offensive line. So them missing one of their key starters is huge for this Jets defense, especially like we've been talking about. They got to stop the run. Sean Payton's going to try the, establish a run with J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey, and them not having an offensive guard could be a big advantage for the Jets. But I also think this is another huge advantage. Dre Greenlaw, one of the most underrated, underappreciated linebackers in the NFL. This guy's an absolute tank. He brings so much energy. He is truly that glue of the defense. So he's also on short-term IR, so he won't be out there. But the Jets could be getting this guy back, Kene Nwangwu, which, I never thought a kick returning injury would be that detrimental to a football team. But, that's the New York Jets for you, because, obviously the fumble issues have been huge on kick return. But having a guy like Kene Nwangwu back will be huge. Like, Kene is a put your foot in the ground, get north and south, and he's trying to take it to the house type of returner. So having him back there will be massive. So hopefully Kene's coming back. Hasn't played since week 1 with that hamstring injury, but now week 6, I'm assuming Kene will be out there. But Rosenblatt also had more updates around Michael Carter and Allen Lazard, saying the Jets announced that CB nickel Michael Carter II with a concussion did not travel. Same with Allen Lazard for a personal reason. But he also added this note. They also said it doesn't impact their status for Sunday's game. So maybe they travel, by themselves later on in the week to London. But hey, not having Michael Carter, maybe this is a chance for Brownlee to step up. Now, they have talked about it. They expect Brownlee to battle for that nickel corner spot and also that cornerback 2 spot with Brandon Stevens. And I'm a massive fan of Brownlee. We talk about, again, stopping the run for a third time. Brownlee is fantastic as a run-fit cornerback. He plays super aggressive. He hits very hard as well. And the Jets just need more energy on that side of the ball. You need some new juice, because what has been going on over the last couple of weeks is not cutting it. So having a guy like Brownlee potentially out there, having a guy like Jermaine Johnson out there, I know it's been, dark days here in Jetland, but having those two guys back in the fold, it should make the defense, not the worst in the league, but hopefully they play like a top 20 unit maybe this weekend. And, you got a tough test against the Broncos offense led by Sean Payton. So speaking about that game, if you guys want the Jets to beat the Broncos this weekend, got to get that first win under the Aaron Glenn era. Get these guys, more motivated for the rest of the season and have them still be locked in. If you guys want the Jets to get that win this weekend, just type me down below in the comments section. Now, coming up for our preview section, we are going to be doing a deep dive into the Denver Broncos. What's their record? How have they been shaking out offensively, defensively? And I do have 5 key matchups that we all need to keep our eyes out on, and then I'll give you guys my score prediction for this game. But before we do so, I want to tell you guys about a sweet deal going on right now. And if you guys hit this link, chatsports.com/Jets hoodies, I'll have this in the comment section and description of today's show. These things are on sale right now. Sweet look to them, cut off hoodie look. So if you guys want to get some more New York Jets merch, support your favorite football team, chatsports.com/Jets hoodies. All right, so the Broncos so far this season are coming in here with a 3-2 record. And they started off pretty shaky to the year, but they're still a very, very good football team. Week 1 against the Titans, Bo Nix really struggled in that game, still ended up getting a win 20-12. Week 2 against the Colts, they should have won that game. There's some BS penalty on a Colts field goal late in the game. They probably should be 4-1 right now, and then even against the Chargers, like they blew that game late. Like it is fully on the table. I'm sure Broncos fans are saying to themselves, like, yeah, we'll take the 3-2 start, but it should be 5-0. Then they handled the Bengals on Monday night, and then they shocked the world this past week against the Philadelphia Eagles, scoring 18 points in the fourth quarter to come back from 17-3. So this team, they're starting to peak. They're starting to get their mojo. They have a lot of momentum, and you're going against one of the best defenses in the league. Like, that is their calling card. They got so many dogs over there. They fly around the football field. They're a physical defense, and they will make you feel them. And that's why they're one of the best units in the league. Second in points per game, only giving up 16.8. Good on third downs. Good at stopping the run. Good at just playing defense overall. Only giving up 315 total yards per game. And then offensively, just solid. But they have also gotten better week in, week out. And you see what they like to do. They like to run the ball, averaging 140 rushing yards per game. So that's going to be one of those top matchups here. Like, can the Jets stop the run? Can you force Bo Nix in the third and long situations? If you aren't able to do that and the Broncos can stay in rhythm, stay on script, like the Jets defense will get gashed yet again. Like, they will give up 30-plus points here in this ballgame if you cannot stop the run. So all eyes will be on that. We also don't want to overcommit because then you get beat over the top by a guy like Courtland Sutton. So it's going to be a tough matchup for the Jets. This is a big-time, big boy football game. Broncos, they have aspirations to win the AFC West, and they're probably viewing the Jets as like a game, not like a must-win, but almost like a can't-lose for Denver. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Jets play it out. But I do want to dive into 5 key matchups here. And number 1, I'm going to go with Sauce Gardner versus Courtland Sutton. Denver Broncos wide receiver room. It's kind of a bunch of just filler names outside of Sutton, but Sutton is a hell of a wide receiver. When he is out there and when he is healthy, he makes some big-time plays. And with Sauce struggling over the last couple of weeks, he's going to have to step up. Put him on an island over there. Force him to, play up to that contract as being that boundary shutdown corner, which is, within him. Like, he has that potential to do that. He has shown that in the past. So that's a matchup I'm going to be looking keep my eyes on. And also the head coaching battle. You got the offensive mind in Sean Payton. You got the defensive mind in Aaron Glenn. Sean Payton's starting to feel it. His play calling's been fantastic over the last couple of weeks. And Aaron Glenn, his side of the football defensively has been piss poor. So that's going to be an interesting matchup to see. How will they kind of duke it out? What kind of wrinkles will Sean Payton add to his offense this week? Bo Nix, watch out for his legs. He is definitely, a underrated mobile quarterback, I will say. He is a good athlete. So even, the Jets defensive line, you can't break, contain. You can't give him open rushing lanes or else he will, like 3rd and 7 situations, he is more than willing to pick those up with his legs. So Sean Payton, Aaron Glenn, seeing how those two guys duke it out and just seeing the adjustments they make during the game, keep my eyes out on that. Justin Fields versus the Browns secondary. This is a huge matchup because the Jets' passing offense has been terrible for the first 3 quarters of every game this season, besides week 1 against the Steelers. Now, I know Fields' stats, like they look good right now, but a lot of those are when you're coming, down 20 in the 4th. You got to be better early on in the game in terms of passing the football. And the Broncos, like they know what the Jets want to do. Jets want to establish that run. They want to get the run game going, then get the play action going. So they're going to be aggressive at stopping that early. So maybe this is finally the time that Tanner Engstrand and Justin Fields, they try to uncork the football. But again, Fields has to be better as a passer. He is the worst passing quarterback in the NFL right now. He holds on to the ball too long. He's inaccurate. He doesn't process the field well, and he'll randomly have like a pop wow play, which is great. Like you love to see that from Fields, but just hit the layups, get the easy stuff going. So him going against a very good Broncos secondary, which also I could have included Garrett Wilson versus Pat Surtain. That's going to be a big-time matchup in this game as well. So we'll see how they're able to establish that. And, the Jets run game versus the Broncos front. I think this is going to be a game where the pass needs to set up the run for New York. Brees Hall has been, looking good. Like, he's been running pretty solid. He had 40 plus yards, or 40 rushing yards over expected this past week, which is freaking fantastic in just 14 carries. Like, Brees Hall has looked good. So you're going to have to establish that run, because if you can't run the football and you can't stop the run, it's as simple as that. You will have zero chance to win this football game. And also on the offensive line, when the Jets are passing, Armand Membu versus Nick Bonito. Now, Bonito will line up all over. He'll line up over the left tackle, line up over the right tackle. But when Armand Membu does have those matchups, I'm assuming the Jets will leave him one-on-one a whole lot. And can he win those consistently? That's going to be a huge matchup here. But then also, Bonito, 7 sacks already on the year. One of the more underrated edge rushers in the league. One of the best edge rushers in the league. So him going against Membu would be a good litmus test for Membu, who has been absolutely fantastic to start the year. So, listen, this is a tough matchup for the Jets. No doubt about it. I am going to have the Broncos winning this game, but I do think the Jets will keep it somewhat close throughout. I think they'll come out, hopefully a little pissed off that they've been embarrassed in the first half of their last 4 games. I'm going to go Broncos 27, Jets 21 here. But you guys let me know who you got. Give me a J for the Jets. Give me a B for the Broncos. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll see you guys next time. As always, go Jets.